Hey everyone, welcome back to an episode of Create with Linda. So it is Sunday, guys, and it's late. It's around 2 o'clock, and I'm just getting dinner going. Actually, I'm making it's Sunday fun. Wait a minute, let me start over. It's Italian Sunday Fun Day. It's not only Sunday Fun Day, but it's Italian Sunday Fun Day, which means I'm making something Italian. I am making my Italian gravy today. Yes, I had all the opponents to make it, and I said, you know what? I'm going to use my new Dutch oven pot today, and I'm going to make Italian gravy. So let's get started, because it's 2 o'clock, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this will cook around 4 hours. We'll eat by like 6:30 tonight. Let me go get the Brody, because Brody's at the door, of course. Come on. I decided today, I was deciding what apron I was going to wear today, and today I decided on the lemon. Just felt like being with my lemons today. So, here I go. Now, so I already did a lot of prep work with this, okay? I have to do these tomatoes. I just went outside and I got some basil and garlic and parsley. My basil is just protruding so great. My parsley is growing so great. So I got a whole bunch, because what I'm doing now is I'm going to chop up, blend some whole tomatoes. This is what I use, plum tomatoes, whole, not whole. I used to use whole tomatoes. They really don't sell whole tomatoes in this brand anymore. They only sell the peeled. So I get the peeled. So I blended them up in the blender. So I went outside to get some basil and parsley, because I want to put them in the sauce when I in the tomatoes when I blend them. I like to put some blended in there. So I'm just taking, the big stems off. I'm gonna wash it, because obviously it came off of the thing, off of the plant, and I don't want no little critters or anything on there. So let's get some. Love the basil, guys. It gives it the fresh basil, and I'm going to use it in my meatballs. I'm doing sausage today and meatballs. So should have got more parsley. I probably have to go out and get more parsley. And I'm also going to use my this basil in my meatballs too, and put a little bit in my sauce. This is the basil in the container. I love it. It's so great. It's so potent. It's amazing. Get yourself some of it. Thank you, Carla, for my basil. She sent me 2 things of basil. Alright, so I'm just taking some of the stems off. I don't mind some stems. It's okay. It'll chop up in there, but... So I'm just going to I'm gonna clean this in my hand, and then I'm just going to put it right into the tomatoes, so it blends in there. All right, I'm gonna stop, use a minute, pause, use a minute, so you guys don't have to listen to this blender going. Cooper, he's driving me nuts. You don't know what he's doing, guys. He's driving me nuts right now. He really is. He's driving me nuts. Alright, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pot on. I'm going to put it on the lowest flame on this flame over here. I'm going to put olive oil, and I'm going to put onion. Now, I'm not going to put the garlic in yet, because I don't want the garlic to burn, okay? But I want to get the onion and the onion and the sausage to cook before I put the garlic in, because I don't want the garlic to get all crispy and brown and everything, okay? So, I'm going to get this ready, and after the gravy, and yes, it's Italian gravy, because it has meat in it. Marinara doesn't have meat. we in my family call Italian gravy when it has meat in it. That's how I grew up. That's what it was called, so that's what I call it. So yeah. So you call it what you want in your home. I want to wait this to get a little bit hot because I want to sizzle it. I want it to be sizzling. So I'm going to let that get hot. I'm going to get the sausage where the sausage is all ready. I'm going to cut onion up. I'll show you guys. I'll cut the onion up. While we're waiting. I'm going to slice the onion, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to slice it, but just like this. Make sure you keep your fingers tucked in, guys, when you slice them. So, yeah, I was telling you guys that I didn't think Julie was going to have me cook this week, but she is. She asked me last night. So, she's going to have me cook. So, what I'm making this week, I had to run to the food store this morning. What I'm making this week is she wants another London broil. She loves it the last time. Roasted string beans. And then she wants hibachi rice with chicken and shrimp. So, that's what she's having. But right now, I'm not making all the food right now because the stuff that I have to make is very minor, and I can really even do it in the morning if I want to. Because today I'm making my Italian gravy and I got a little bit of a late start. So I'm not really making anything today. I might make the rice later. Everything is very, very simple to make, so it's not going to be a big thing. All right, so let's put the onions in now because I hear it. I didn't slice the garlic up yet. I got to do that. I peeled a whole bunch of garlic, and I'm not going to use all of this. So whatever else I have, I'm going to put in my jar because I'm starting to do that now. Peel all my garlic that Carla had sent me. Carla had sent me a big I think it was 2 pounds, a bag of garlic. All right. So I'm going to let these onions cook a little bit. This is on a little bit higher than low. It's on like almost medium. I'm just going to keep an eye on it because I want the sausage to brown. Okay, so I wanted the flame a little bit higher. Yes, my pots. I'm going to make my meatballs and this today. I'm so excited. I love my pots. I love everything. I'm so grateful, guys. I wake up grateful every morning and just praise God and praise everybody in my community. I love everybody. I'm just trying to really focus on the good things and push the bad things aside, push the struggles aside, and just really focus on, being grateful for what I do have around me and surround me and, and all of that. So that's what I'm trying to do. All right, so let's get the sausage in now. So we're gonna eat this during the week too. My son will be home and all that. So I'm gonna make a nice amount. When I make Italian gravy, I make it once a month or once every couple of months. I don't make it all the time, so when I make it, I make enough because we're going to eat it a couple of days, Growing up, we used to eat Italian gravy every Sunday. Every Sunday we had Italian gravy. Whether it be at my house or my aunt's house, my nanny's, we had it. Yeah, I did 8. I'll do 9. I think that's good. Do 9. Because I have meatballs too. But what I like to do is like later on in the week, we can have meatball and sausage heroes, you know, sausage hoagies like. So that's a really good thing to do too. So I am hiring the flame just a little bit while I'm doing the sausage because I'm watching it. I'm not going to leave it on long high because it does say not high heat, but it's not really that high. It's fine. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Let these brown, and then after they're browned, I'll put the onion in. I'm going to cover it. After these brown, I'm going to put the onions in, the garlic in, and then I'll start putting this. I'll start putting the sauce in. I think what I'm going to do is start getting the meatball mixture going while I'm waiting for that to happen. So this way we can begin getting that together. Let me get a bowl. All right. Now, I do have a big package of chopped meat, but I'm not using the whole thing. I'm going to use about half of it because what I'm going to do, I got to plug my phone in, my iPad in. What I'm going to do is during the week, this week, I'm going to make meatloaf. This week. I'm going to make meatloaf this week. So, yeah, so that big thing right there is going to be like 2 or 3 meals. Alright. Okay. So let me get the chopped meat. Now let's check the sausage. I smell it. I smell it. I smell it. Get this around here. Keep this wire out of the way here. Now this doesn't get hot, which is great. All right. So see, it's starting to get a little brown. Just gonna move it around a little bit and leave it on still, and let it continue to brown. The dog, Billy's watching television, and there's a dog barking, and they're barking at the dog on the television. I just want to get some of the stems out of here, guys. I don't want all the stems, even though the stems are going to chop up. I'm going to get my chopper and chop the stems and chop the parsley. And I think I need more, though. I really do. All right, I'll just do this for now. And if I feel like I need more, I can go out and get more. Just trying to get the big stems out. It's just on the parsley. Oh, and I want to let you guys know, because everybody was wondering, I had bought that basil plant in the food store. Now I used it all in a day or two, so I didn't need to save it. You know, it was fine. I didn't have to waste it, because for some reason the basil plants from the food store always die quickly, immediately. They always die like the next day or the day after. I said what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy this plant, I'm gonna use it, and then I'm gonna plant it. I'm gonna put it outside and let it stay outside and see if I'm gonna plant it in one of the pots and see if it continues if it grows. Well, I put it out there. It grew a little bit, and then it was like a little bit off. It seemed like it wasn't really doing anything. I just went out there today, and there's all new leaves on it. There's all new leaves on it, so I'm so excited. So now I got 2 basil plants, which I'm so thrilled about. And I think I saw one of my girlfriends on here. She has in her windowsill during the winter. She has, I think she had basil planted or something. I have this Euro thing where I could plant some herbs and stuff like that, but I think I'm just gonna stick it in a planter like she did, and put it on the windowsill. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna try to grow the basil all winter long. I love parsley, and I have parsley all the time too, but basil to me is more of an issue because it's just a pain to keep when you buy it from the food store. You know, it really is. Parsley, you wrap in a paper towel, it lasts forever. Oh, you wash it, you rinse it lightly, and then you wrap it up in a paper towel, and I swear to God it lasts a month in your refrigerator. It literally lasts a month. So parsley is not that detrimental for me. I always feel like, you know, parsley I can always get regularly, but basil, I can get it at the food store, but I would just rather grow it. Nothing like your own homegrown basil. All right, so there is a little bit of stems in here. They're gonna have to be chopped up because I'm not going crazy with that right now. But I want to put this in my meatballs. So, all right, let me get my chopper, and then I think those sausages can probably be turned over. Let's check them out, guys. All right. Let's move this over here. All right. Yeah, see how they're browning? So you're not supposed to use metal on this, so I'm not touching the bottom of the pan. I'm just turning the sausage over. Not doing anything on the pan, because I do not want to ruin this pan. Yeah, they're browning nicely. Onions getting nice and caramelized. Listen, I don't have patience for this. I'm going to use my freaking hands. Alright. Alright, I will let this sit a couple more minutes. I want them just a little bit browner. Then I'm going to put the garlic in. And then we'll degrease it. We'll take all the grease out of the pot, most of the grease. And then we'll start putting the tomatoes in. Oh, did I rinse this? No, I didn't. I didn't rinse this, guys. Italian Sunday Funday. Squish it around a little bit. Try not to lose any. I don't like to lose basil or parsley. Alright. Just gonna put this in my chopper. Trying to get every little bit. All right, I'm gonna do something different this time. Not different, but I've done this before. But I'm just gonna do this because I don't want to, I don't want to dip the pot over. I just don't feel like doing that. So I'm just going to put, I'll show you. I'm going to put the sausage in here just so I can get all the grease out of here. And then I'll put it back in there. I'm going to shut the flame off because what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you've seen this trick, guys. You put a paper towel in here and you gather up all the oil. That's what it does. You can flip it around, and just, this way you don't have to turn the pot over, but the paper towel takes all the grease. Now, I just want to get all the onions off here. I don't want to lose any of them, really. But I do want to leave a little bit of the oil in here, of the grease in here, because it does flavor the gravy, but I don't want an enormous amount. Sometimes I do it by accident. I forget to do it. I forget to lose the grease, and I'll leave it in there. And then periodically during the day when I'm making the gravy, I have to skim it and then take the fat off. That's just a pain in the butt. So yeah, so that's good. So that's perfect. All right, so I'm gonna put the flame back on. I'm gonna put the garlic in. Oh shoot, I didn't even cut up the garlic yet. Let me cut the garlic. Where's that knife that I had? Hello? So I'm just cutting some garlic up. Since I have a lot of garlic here, I'm probably going to mince some up in with the basil. And put it in the meatballs too. I might as well. Alright. So just give it a rough chop. It could be minced. If you want to put minced in at the last minute, you can do that. You don't have to cut up fresh garlic, or you can just put garlic powder. If you don't like garlic, if you can't have garlic. One of my girlfriends, I know that fresh garlic it bothers her stomach, so she usually just uses a little garlic powder. You can do whatever you want to do. It's up to you, whatever works for your family. All right, like I said, I don't want to leave this in here long because it will burn. Let's see. See, put the garlic, oops, don't want to use that. Got to remind myself, where did the Gotsy wooden spoon go? Why am I putting things away? I don't understand why I'm doing that. All right. All right. So, garlic is getting, let's just put the sausage back in. And then we'll throw the sauce in. Now, one thing about the sausage when you cook it in the gravy all day, or 3 or 4 or 5 hours, I say all day, but it's not all day. The sausage becomes like soft and tender. It's so delicious, guys, so delicious. All right, so this is good. The garlic, I can smell the garlic, so that means it's time for the sauce to go in. Lovely smell. Yeah. The house smells so good, guys. It smells like the garlic and the oil and the onions and the sausage. Ugh. Keeping this on low right now. All right, let's get the other. I'm gonna blend up the other tomatoes, guys, over here, and then I'll be back on. I'll show you in a minute when it's all in the pan. All right, people. So here it is. Okay, I have like a little bit of tomatoes. in the blender that I'm going to save for later, because after a while, with this cooking all day, the gravy will evaporate. So you always got to add a little water or a little more salt. You know, you don't always have to add more sauce, but since I have this here, I'll add the rest of it because I'm going to be using it for the whole weeks of meals. I'm going to be making eggplant parmesan. I'm going to be, you know, doing all kinds of stuff. So this gravy is going to be eaten all week. So it needs to be, you know, replenished. But I can always add a little bit of water to it during the week, or add another can of tomatoes if I have to. But I also have this, like I said, I'll be adding that probably by the end of the day. So let's just give it a mix. And I will need it to evaporate a little bit too, because when I put the meatballs in, what I do is I'll lightly fry the meatballs in very little olive oil. Not gonna soak them in oil, but I am gonna fry them because that's how we like them. My husband likes them like that. So please don't give me any negative comments like I shouldn't fry the meatballs. I shouldn't maybe, but I am. So that's what I'm doing. So just so you know, because some people could, you know, everybody has it done. Everybody does it their own way. All right, so I'm gonna let this cook on this low flame until it comes to like a rapid. It'll eventually come to like a rapid kind of boiling. Then I'll lower it and put it on that flame back there. Cover it and let it cook for like 4 hours slow, and just keep mixing it all day, keeping an eye on it, and doing that. So if I wanted to get it to go faster boiling, I could cover it, which I could do. I'll cover it just like that, and let it come to like a simmer, and then I'll put it in the back, on the back lower flame. All right, so let's get done with the. Let's get moving with the meatballs. I added a little bit more parsley and basil to this. I went outside and got more because I like my meatballs to have a lot of the fresh stuff. Either that or the basil that I use, you know, the squeezed basil. And I will put a little bit of that in there too. All right. So that's good. Let's put this over here. Where's that Gots to the Mama thing here? Gots to the Mama. Bringing my ancestors into my Italian Sunday fun day, guys. All right, so now I'm going to show you how I make my meatballs. Oh, Maria. I'm trying to think of an Italian song. Mamma mia, when your moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, that's amore. Oh, the smell. Ooh. So we got garlic. Now, what I'm going to do is show you a trick. When I do my meatballs, guys, if you're new here, you're going to know this now. If you're not new and you see me make Italian gravy, you will know, or you have heard it from other videos like my meatloaf and my other stuff. So, what I do is I use, I'm trying to get rid of this. I use water to moisten my meatballs and my meat mixtures. Some people use milk. Some people use bouillon. Some people use, I don't know, ketchup. I don't know, whatever they use. I use water. That's what I was taught. My mom, my nanny, my great aunts, everybody. This is how we did it. My dad. So because I'm going to be using water, and I want to get all the herbs out of here, I'm going to put some water in here, shake it up, and then add it to the meat mixture, because I'm putting water in there anyway. Okay, so now, no waste, guys. Look at that, no waste. Oh, you know what I just realized? I didn't buy breadcrumbs today. Oh wait, I have them I think I have them in the refrigerator. I have homemade breadcrumbs in the refrigerator that I saved. And Hello? Where are you? I know they're in here because I saw them. I put them in here purposely, but you know, you can't find anything when you need it. Oh, here it is. Now I just gotta make sure that they're not moldy. Somebody told me, I thought that the breadcrumbs would become moldy, the fresh breadcrumbs being in the pantry, and somebody told me that if you toast them or if you dry them out, they never get moldy, and her mother used to keep breadcrumbs on the shelf for years and years and years and never had an issue. So these I put in the refrigerator. So let's see. They look perfect. They don't look moldy at all or anything, guys. Look. From being in the refrigerator. So I'm just checking, making sure as I'm pouring them in because I don't want to have any moldy friggin'. So I'm just putting like about a half a cup of breadcrumbs in. I don't put a lot of breadcrumbs in my meatball mixtures and stuff because I don't want the breadcrumbs to be the whole, you know, make the whole meat up. Breadcrumbs are just an addition to it to make it stick, you know, come together more, and it's just for a flavor or whatever. They're not for really, and you know, for binding it a little bit, but not for anything else. I don't like my whole meatball to be breadcrumbs. That's gross. So today I went to the store and I got 2 loaves of this bread, which, you know, I gotta think about that. I got 2 loaves of bread to make breadcrumbs with. What I had thought to myself was I probably should do the 647 bread, which is the low carb bread, for breadcrumbs as well. But 647 bread is almost $4. This is $1.50. So I'm gonna make breadcrumbs and keep them. I'm probably gonna keep them in the fridge just to be safe for a while until I don't know. I'm probably gonna use the dehydrator to dry these breads, or I'll toast them. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do yet. As far as that, I probably will use the dehydrator because I'm excited about using that. So yeah, so that's what I did. All right, so we got breadcrumbs. We got some water so far. We're going to get 2 eggs. Get 2 eggs. I'm not using the eggshells anymore, anything from my garden. That's all done with for the season. And my garden is, you know, almost non-existent. Well, no, I got tomatoes. Like I said, I got tomatoes coming up red. I got still some string beans coming out here and there, and I got parsley and basil. And the pepper plant is still going strong, so we'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I'm putting in regular Parmesan grated cheese that I had bought. That was on special the other day. So I'm gonna put probably about a quarter of a cup, because we like grated cheese in there. So I got parsley, garlic, basil, grated cheese, eggs, water, and I'm gonna put some seasonings in it. All right, let's do pepper. Nice amount of pepper. Garlic powder, onion powder, here's garlic powder. So I got fresh garlic too, so I'm not gonna go crazy on the garlic, powder, because I don't want it to be too garlicky. We love garlic, but you know, there's a limit. Onion. I don't like to put onions in my fresh onions in my meatballs. All right, I'm gonna put some Italian seasoning. There's a little bit left in here. yeah, we'll put the rest of that in. Because I do have fresh basil in there. We're going to put a squeeze of this basil. Because you can't have enough basil. I'm sorry, you just can't. This stuff is amazing. If you ever want to get it, it's cheap too. You can get it at Aldi, Walmart. I think it's like under $2. I really do. I don't think it's more than $2. Which is odd because of the way the world is today. It's probably going to be $8 soon, but who knows. And I'm going to put some dry parsley in only because I like the look and the flavor. I mean, dry parsley, you know, it has a strong flavor, but not too strong, you know. So I'm not putting any, you know, I'm going to put a drop of salt in. Just a drop, because I did put grated cheese in, guys, so you got to be careful. Whenever you're adding grated cheese, Parmesan cheese or whatever, with anything, and you add a little salt, just add a little bit of salt, because Parmesan cheese can be, you know, salty sometimes. All right, so that's what I got right here. Let me wash my hands. Gonna get right in here with my hands, because that's what you gotta do. I'm gonna put a little bit of more water in here, because I know I'm definitely gonna need more water, because my meatballs have to be nice and moist. Let's check the sauce. It's coming to a little boil now, tiny little boil. So I'm just gonna wait and let it simmer for a good 15 minutes, and then I'll put it in the back, on the back thing. All right, so let's wash my hands. Yeah, oh, Linda, you didn't wash your hands. Yes, I know. Cleanliness comes first, guys. I got breadcrumbs. I got everything in there, right? All right. Eggs. So just get in there. Get your kids to do this if you don't want to do it. Some days I just don't feel like sticking my hands in here, but I always end up having to, even if I start out with a spoon, because I always need to feel it with my hands. If I don't feel it with my hands, I can tell by the look of it and the feel if it's where I want it to be. And this is all learned from my mom. I watched my mom make meatballs, and like I said, my nanny, and you know, I was always in the kitchen with whoever was cooking, and I just loved to be in the kitchen. That's where I always was. If you want to know where Linda was in the kitchen. Linda was either in the kitchen or Linda was playing with one of her tall dolls. My mother used to buy me these big dolls that stood up like they looked like people. You know, they were just like miniature, like those you know, things that you see on the those plastic people. What are they called? Whatever. Anyway, my mother used to buy me those dolls, and they used to always have long hair, and I was either sitting at the couch or in my room with a brush combing their hair. I just loved dolls. And or I was in the kitchen if my mom was in the kitchen or somebody was in the kitchen. Loved it. Yeah, it definitely needs all this water, most of it. And be careful, and this is a tip of the day. I don't know, I've given this tip before, but I'll give it again. Today will be the tip of the day. Do not overmix your mixtures. That being meat mixtures, that being cake mixtures, do not overmix, because when you overmix, it becomes tough. Once in a blue moon, I'll overmix. I will. I'm not perfect. And I will, and like my meatloaf would be a little tough. I'm like, oh, frig, my meatloaf's, why is it so tough? And it's because I overmixed it. So you just gotta mix it just until it's mixed. You don't have to go crazy. That's it. Oh, the smell. Oh, the smell. So it's kind of where I want it, but I want it a little bit more moist. So I'm gonna put the rest of that water in, give it a little bit easy mix, and then it's done. Now what I'm gonna do, because today I want to taste it, I'm gonna fry a little meatball up in the frying pan just to taste it before I put all the meatballs in the pan. This way I know if it needs anything. Alright, so let me see. I think it needs more. I don't want to mix it anymore really, because I don't want it to get tough. I'm just gonna mix it lightly. Yeah, that's good right there, guys. It looks like it's going to be too wet. I'm telling you, the meatballs will fall apart. But once you stick them in the hot pan, they go like this. They suck it up and they get nice and, you know, cooked like they're supposed to. Oh, so good. So yummy. I got criticized once on one of my videos to whatever I was cooking, saying, "Oh, that's disgusting, Linda. How come you smell your meat? That's gross, this and that." I was like, you know what? You do what you want to do in your kitchen. I'll do what I want to do in my kitchen. And I like to smell my meat because that's how I see if it needs more seasonings. That's how I do it. And that's okay. But yeah, I got ostracized for that. But that's all right. Everybody does things differently, and some people just don't, you know, just have to criticize and just can't, you know. Oh, I didn't use my own rule. One of my tips was to always wipe your hands with paper towel first after you make a meat mixture because it comes off easier, and it's so true. Because look, I'm scrubbing and scrubbing, and the chopped meat is still not coming off. But I'm getting it. I'm gonna leave it the way it is because I'm gonna be making the meatballs in a minute. So my hands will be fine. So, yeah. Guys, the smell. Woo, the smell. Sometimes I put mozzarella on my meatballs today. I do have some in there. Maybe I should. Give me a second. Now, guys, look, I have this. I had this that has to be eaten because it's been in there like probably about a week and a half, and I haven't eaten them. I'm going to put them right in here. I'm going to chop them up, and then I'm going to put them right in the thing. Where's my thingy? I'm not going to take all the oil. Where you go? Bathroom? Okay. I'm not going to take all that grease, all that oil. All right. Let's mix this up. Chop this up. And then I'll put them right into there. I might as well. Might as well not waste them, right? Because I don't want them to go bad in there. Oops, a little bit more. Perfect, guys. Look, see? A way to use up stuff, guys. A way to use it up. It's all flavor in there. Has a little bit of that oil on there. Ooh, guys, it's going to be so good. Ooh, you know what? I should make a meatball with a little feta cheese mixed in it like that. I'm going to do that one day. Make like a meatball. Not an Italian meatball, just a meatball. You know, a savory meatball, and just put feta cheese. Ooh! I bet that would be so good. Alright, let me wipe my hands, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some oil, olive oil in the pan. Okay? I'm going to show you the gravy. Okay. Here we go. This is a trick too, guys. You can use a can to keep your spoon in. Nice. And I'm going to taste it and see if it needs me to put a little bit of sugar in it, because that balances out if it's really tart. Sometimes the cans of tomatoes are really tart, so you have to put, I'm just emptying the rest of this in there. You have to put in some, a little bit of sugar. I'm gonna let this simmer a couple more minutes here, and then I'm gonna put it on the back burner. Alright, let's put the olive oil in the pan. Like I said, I'm not putting any vegetable oil. I used to just fry my meatballs and my stuff in vegetable oil, not anymore. Haven't done that for a very long time, even before all this situation with Billy. I've been using, I use to fry, I use a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of vegetable oil, and a little bit of olive oil, more olive oil than anything. I know olive oil doesn't really, they say, you know, it doesn't have a high heat range, so I don't, you know, but I use it because I have to. Let's see if I have any more olive oil here. Let me go in the back and get more. I gotta get another thing of olive oil. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna do is gonna put a little piece of the chopped meat in here. Just a little so I can taste it. Now, oil's not quite ready. I like my meat, we like our meatballs on the lighter side, okay? So, I don't like them to be really dark. Alright, so what I'm gonna start doing is just making some meatballs up and putting them in this bowl here. Even though I didn't taste it yet, it's more than likely gonna be fine. So, and I don't want them huge, I don't want them small. So like medium size, like that. Sometimes I'll make them smaller than other times, but we like them a little bit big if we want to have them in like meatball, in like a hero. So I don't, you know, I don't want to make them too tiny. That's kind of big. And like I said, they're very moist to the touch. And that's how I know these meatballs are going to be nice and moist. When the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Do 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 do. Ooh, candela. I have no idea. I have no idea what the words are, guys. No idea. Do 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 do. Oh, I was saying before too, like some people use water or milk, you know, to moisten their stuff. My grandmother and my mother used to put some gravy into the meatballs too, so you could put some of the gravy in there, or the sauce, marinara, or whatever you want to call it. All right, let's see this. If this is good. I don't care. I mean, I like my meat rare anyway, so it's just cooked. It's fine. Just gonna let it cool off a minute. Make a couple more meatballs. Like I said, I want them big but not huge. And I kind of want them in the same size, but that doesn't always happen. It usually never happens, really. All right. Alright guys, let's see. Does it need me done? Oh my God. That is so good. It needs nothing. All right, let's start putting these in. All right, now I like that sizzle. I just gotta keep an eye on them because like I said, I don't want them to get too like crispy on the bottom. And this pan is gonna work amazing. Let's get some more. All right, I'm gonna roll up some more meatballs, put them in there, and then I'll be back with you guys. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to turn these over. I'm gonna just taste a little bit of the gravy to see if it needs anything, if it needs any sugar. Yeah. It's tart. Way too tart. I put about a teaspoon, not a lot, just a little sprinkle, and it gives it cuts off the tartness. Trying to wipe my pot. I keep wiping it because I don't like it to get all dirty, but I can't help it. I'll have to, take care of it afterwards. So I'm just going to be really careful with this. I feel like they're not ready to be turned yet, because they are very moist. So I'm going to give them another couple of minutes and just continue to make some more meatballs. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm turning them over. I'm just wanting you to be able to see. What I'm doing is I'm not scraping the pan. I'm just hitting them like that, like almost like a ball, and they just go right over. And that's how the brown, that's the brown, the way I like them to be brown. None of that crispy, like, burnt. See? That's how I like my meatballs. And my husband's already coming in looking for meatballs. He's already coming in, guys. If you know my husband, he's always coming in when there's meatballs or chicken that's done or something that's done. He comes in to taste everything. So as soon as there's a meatball done, I will be nice and give him a meatball. So we'll see in about 5 minutes. Now, I mainly cook the meatballs all the way through because they will go in the gravy, but I like to have them, because we eat them without them being in the without them being in the sauce. So I'm going to let these cook another couple of minutes, and I'm going to take them out. I have a tray here. I'm going to put the tray over here because I moved the sauce over here, the gravy over here, guys. Okay, I'm just going to have the top on most of the way for like a good another 15 minutes, and then I'll take the top off probably for a little while. I don't know. Right now it's doing good. It's not boiling. It's on the lowest thing. So yes, I'll be back in a minute when those meatballs are done, and my hubby will taste it for you. I'll have someone want to. You have to have the meatball after they're done. You just have to. You have to. All right, guys. So some of them are done. I'm going to. One or two of them is not, and I need to make sure that. What is it? Did you guys see him stealing meatballs? Now I told you I was going to give him a meatball. Now he's not getting another one because he snuck one without asking me.
Sneak another one.
How are they? Yeah. He says they're good, guys. He's so funny. He said they're good. I'm gonna taste a little piece in a few minutes. He's crazy. Thank you. I didn't make an enormous amount. I should have probably made more. Guys, I'm eating one of these. I love these. A good little snack, low carb. Well, I have a little Teddy Grahams, but a little taste. All right, they're almost done. We have to see what's going on over here. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna put this on low now. And let it simmer and calm down a little bit. It's looking good, guys. Italian Sunday Funday. This is what we used to do growing up. Mom, can I try a meatball? Or we just come in and take one. Yeah, and we come over, take our meatball, and dip it in the sauce. My kids do this. Always. Alright, guys. Oh. See all that green stuff? That's what? Look, 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 look. Look at the cheese. That cheese works really well in here. I'm so glad I utilized that cheese, see? Trying to budget. The meatballs are really good. I do feel like they can use a little bit, tiny bit of salt. But we can salt our own food, and I didn't want to put any more for Bill, and you know, me too, and all that, so I'll put a tiny drop. Really delicious. Look at that. So good. Happy, happy dance. Happy dance. It's gonna thunder. It's gonna thunder here. Happy, happy dance. Meatball day. I know I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy. Alright. Like I said, these are gonna cook in the gravy. Not cook, but they're gonna be in there for like, you know, half hour, 45 minutes. So if they're not done, they'll cook in there. You know, they'll be done in there. Perfect brownness. That's it right there. That's it. I shut the flame. I'm going to take them off. They really are delicious. Alright people, so I'm going to put the meatballs in here now. We'll let it simmer like another 15-20 minutes. And then we'll probably boil some pasta. What are we going to have tonight? Angel here? Or you want ziti? What do you
Whatever
want?
you want.
Nene?
I don't care.
I think I want spaghetti. You know, like Angel here, pasta. I don't know.
That's my favorite.
Noodles.
Well, whatever you want to make is fine. I don't care.
So yeah,
It's not
guys,
always
just put
my
them in,
choice.
and make sure like when you after you put your meatballs in, don't like go crazy mixing it because you can make the meatballs into chopped meat, and then you'll have chopped meat gravy, which is fine, it's delicious, but we want the meatballs.
Can't get up there.
So I'm just gonna cover it and let it simmer. Consistency looks pretty good.
Look at the outside of the pot.
Give me that's the wrong one.
What?
It's this one. I know, I was trying to clean it as I was going along because it was bothering me that it got so dirty, and I was like trying to clean it. I got a little bit, but then I couldn't get the rest off because it was hot. And I'm panicky that I don't want it to,
Not gonna stain it.
it.
It won't stain it. Sorry, Manuel. That's gotta be.
All right, people, we'll be back when the pasta's ready. All right, people, so here is my spaghetti and meatballs with our Italian gravy. I have half a piece of sausage, a couple of meatballs, and a little pasta. I'm ready to eat pasta, pasta, pasta. I hope you guys enjoyed Sunday, Italian Sunday fun day. My back hurts and I'm pooped, but it was all well worth it, guys. All right, guys, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribers button, because when you subscribe, it really does help my channel grow, and I so appreciate it. And here's Koopy Bot. Say hi, Coop. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Brody. Don't forget to hit that notification button with the bell so you guys can be notified every time I upload a new video. Like and share and comment down below. Brody. Totally ignoring me. And comment down below. And I love that you guys come into my kitchen with me and create. Thank you so much, guys. And yes, it's thundering, so the dogs are kind of a little not in such a great mood. They're really a little scared, but they'll be fine. All right, guys. Love you. See you on the next video. Bye.